So, talking about graphs to relate to quantities. So, one of the things that we can do is we can analyze a graph. So I have this graph right here, right? It's talking about air in a balloon, and I have the y-axis and I have the x-axis. So so the big question is, when I look at a graph, is what are my variables, right? They're what the axes are labeled as. So my variables are going to be volume, it's volume and time. Those are my two variables, right? Talking about the volume of the air in the balloon over an amount of time. So some of the things that we will look at when we talk about analyzing graphs is relating what kind of is happening there based on the graph. So it might not be always, you might not be exactly right, but as long as it makes sense for the graph, I'm okay with that. So if I look here, I'm starting with no volume at time 0, right? So over here, I have 0 volume times 0. So anybody have an idea of what's happening from here to here? What?
Obviously going up.
So the volume's going up. So what does that mean somebody's doing?
Putting air in the balloon.
So putting air in the balloon. What then happens here?
And take a breath.
Take a breath. So you can say, so they start blowing up the balloon. So then they take a breath. So then I do that how many more times? So that's taking care of this. 2 more times, right? I blow up the balloon, take a breath. So I can say maybe they do that 2 more times. But then something happens, right? I'm here, I have a bunch of volume. Then all of a sudden my volume goes to 0. The balloon pops, right? Loses all the volume. Then it pops. Oh, sorry. Anybody still need that? All right, so the other thing you can do is sometimes you'll be given kind of a story and we need to sketch a graph based on that. So this is telling us that a model rocket rises quickly and then slows to a stop as its fuel burns out. It begins to fall quickly until the parachute opens, after which it falls slowly back to Earth. So I've given you the graph that you'll use. So my two variables are going to be height and time, right? We're talking about shooting a rocket, height, over an amount of time. So if I start at 0, it tells me it rises quickly. So I want a steep slope kind of going up. And then it says it slows to a stop. So that means it's still kind of rising, but now I'm kind of slowly getting out there. Right, so now I've got here, this is where the fuel has kind of burned out. And then it says it begins to fall quickly until the parachute opens. So I'm kind of falling quickly, so I have a very steep line. And then the parachute opens. So I'm going to kind of go slowly down until I hit the ground. Not too bad, right? Could be worse. All right. So, last thing. Then to talk about. So, we also represent graphs using tables, right? We've all seen tables before, I hope, and matching them. So when I look at this, it's giving me the story that says a band allowed fans to download its new video from its website. Table shows the number of downloads after days 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now which graph could represent that data? So if I look over here, I have this table, right? So I'm looking at the video downloads, right? Day 1, I had 346. Day 2, there was 1,011. Day 3, 3,455. And day 4, 10,426. So when I look at this, I'm noticing that each day, right, the total downloads are going up. So is there one of these graphs, A, B, C, or D, that anybody thinks we can eliminate right away? So why A?
It doesn't go up at a steady pace.
What's that?
It doesn't go up at a steady pace.
What doesn't?
Total downloads.
The total downloads from the table?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I look at A, right, I kind of have, if I were to draw a line through this, I have a straight linear line, right? If I look here, 300 to 1,000 is about 700, 100 to 1,000 to 3,000, 400 is 2,400. So I'm not going up at a steady pace. So good, I can get rid of A, right? Chris, what are you thinking? So yeah, same thing. If I were to look here, left to right, I go down, so I have a negative slope. Well, I'm not getting less downloads every day. So now I'm here. So now the question is B or C?
B.
Okay, so why do you think B?
It can't be C.
Why can't it be C?
Because it's slow download, because it's start to stop. And slow down.
Okay, does anybody agree with Brendan, right? Is it Brendan? Okay. Sure. Everybody agree? Disagree? Say something? Someone? Agree? Yeah, so if I look at this, right, if I were to go here, I have plus like 700, plus 2,400, and then I have like plus 7,000, right? I'm getting more and more each day. Here, if I look at this, I kind of start to bottom out, so I don't have that, so you get rid of that one. So B is my downloads.